Hello, church. So today is Thursday, May 8th. I was just in Leslie's office because one of the cabinet doors was sticking. Um, and handyman that I am, grabbed the WD 40 out of the sexton closet and managed to knock the cap off. And then when I was putting it back on, it just sprayed straight into the cabinet. And now my hands smell like WD 40, which is a good man scent. Yeah. So today we come into Psalm 65. This is a psalm of thanksgiving. Some very good pieces from James Mays, but we'll go ahead and hop into the NRSV so you can hear it first, and then I'll give you some commentary. Psalm 65, to the leader, a psalm of David, a song. Praise is due to you, O God, in Zion, and to you shall vows be performed, O you who answer prayer. To you all flesh shall come. When deeds of iniquity overwhelm us, you forgive our transgressions. Happy are those whom you choose and bring near to live in your courts. We shall be satisfied with the goodness of your house, your holy temple. By awesome deeds you answer us with deliverance, O God of our salvation. You are the hope of all the ends of the earth and of the farthest seas. By your strength you establish the mountains. You are girded with might. You silence the roaring of the seas, the roaring of the waves, the tumult of the peoples. Those who live at earth's farthest bounds are awed by your signs. You make the gateways of the morning and the evening shout for joy. You visit the earth and water it. You greatly enrich it. The river of God is full of water. You provide the people with grain, for so you have prepared it. You water its furrows abundantly, settling its ridges, softening it with showers, and blessing its growth. You crown the year with your bounty. Your wagon tracks overflow with richness. The pastures of the wilderness overflow. The hills gird themselves with joy. The meadows clothe themselves with flocks. The valleys deck themselves with grain. They shout and sing together for joy. It's nice to get an uplifting one after a few that we've encountered recently. So for Psalm 65, Mays entitles his commentary A Psalm for Thanksgiving. And I'm going to be doing the opening and then the conclusion. This will be a little longer sharing, but yeah, stick with me. Psalm 65 is a song of joyful praise. From beginning to end, it does not cease its grateful recital of God's works and their benefits. It praises God as God of the temple, one, God of the world, and God of the earth. Each of these three parts of the psalm is concluded by a description of the effect of God's works on the congregation, on the world, and on the earth. Throughout, God is directly addressed. The congregation stands in the presence of God in gratitude, awe, and joy. A little pause in the commentary. So, when I first saw it, I was like, okay, so what's the difference between world and earth? When he's using world, he is addressing salvation of people. For the earth part, it's creation, which you heard. And James Mays uses the phrase God as the cosmic farmer who's, planting and growing and bringing forth life. And yeah, okay. The conclusion. Psalm 65 is often used in services at harvest time, like Harvest Home, and on the American Day of Thanksgiving. Read and sung on such occasions, it furnishes the right agenda. The psalm directs attention, first of all, to God, away from any preoccupation with secular good fortune. It insists that Thanksgiving is a theological work whose subject is God, not ourselves. It sets the priorities in the right order and begins with God, who answers our prayers and forgives our sins. It leads the congregation to come to God, first of all, in its neediness and failure. It is an antidote to self satisfaction and self congratulation. The psalm sets thanksgiving in a universal context and breaks open the proclivity to celebrate our national identity. It binds the congregation to people in the most distant places who also rejoice at the signs of the creation's beauty and goodness. The psalm gives us language to celebrate our dependence on the good earth and its produce in a poetic and personal way. It transcends our growing habit of thinking of productivity in a technological fashion and allows us to speak to the one upon whose gift of a fertile earth all our science and economies depend. That, altogether, is Thanksgiving as it should be. Pastor Nick, summation. God first. Peterson from the Message. 65, a David psalm. Silence is praise to you, Zion dwelling God, and also obedience. You hear the prayer in it all. We all arrive at your doorstep sooner or later, loaded with guilt, our sins too much for us, but you get rid of them once and for all. Blessed are the chosen, blessed the guest at home in your place. We expect our fill of good things in your house, your heavenly manse. All your salvation wonders are on display in your trophy room. Earth tamer, ocean pourer, mountain maker, hill dresser, muzzler of sea storm and wave crash, of mobs and noisy riot. Far and wide they'll come to a stop. They'll stare in awe, in wonder. Dawn and dusk take turns calling, come and worship. Oh, visit the earth. Ask her to dance the dance, to join the dance. Deck her out in spring showers, fill the God river with living water. Paint the wheat fields golden, creation was made for this. Drench the plowed fields, soak the dirt clods with rainfall as harrow and rake. Bring her to blossom in fruit, snow crown the peaks with splendor. Scatter rose petals down your paths. All through the wild meadows, rose petals set the hills to dancing. Dress the canyon walls with live sheep, a drape of flax across the valleys. Let them shout and shout and shout. Oh, oh, let them sing. Very poetic. Couple of notes. I don't know if you've run across the word manse before, and not our Bill Mance, Manse. The first time I encountered it was related to some of my wife's family who belonged to a Presbyterian congregation, and they called their parsonage the manse. And just, yeah, I think it's I can't remember if it's a Scottish word or how the derivation is, but Peterson uses that in describing the heavenly manse of God's household. Really beautiful line of dawn and dusk take turns calling, come and worship, and that call to remember God in those times, and just some mercy, some really good pieces in there. So enjoy your day today. May it be filled with our thanksgiving under and offered to God. Have a great one. We'll be back with you tomorrow. See you.